Senjutsu. Senjutsu is easily one of the most mystical and overpowered arts in the ninja world. It's only taught in two rare sacred places, Mount Myōboku, home of the toads, and Ryūchi Cave, home of the snakes. To tap into Senjutsu, you have to learn how to literally feel the natural energy around you and absorb it into your body. But here's the catch. You can't just grab it randomly. You have to balance it perfectly with your own physical and mental energy to create a whole new type of chakra, Senjutsu chakra. It's a super delicate process that demands extreme focus and insane chakra control. If you don't gather enough natural energy, Senjutsu simply won't activate. But if you absorb too much, you're done. You'll start turning to stone and lose control of your body entirely. For humans, that also means starting to mutate into a toad if you're training at Mount Myōboku, or into a snake at Ryūchi Cave. The transformation is slow at first, and luckily, if you expel the extra energy fast enough, you can totally reverse it. But if you go full animal mode, that change is permanent, no takebacks. To fully master Senjutsu, you need to unlock Sage Mode, a powerful state where your strength, speed, and senses are all massively boosted. That said, Senjutsu isn't for everyone. Only a few elite ninja with huge chakra reserves can pull it off. And get this, Senjutsu chakra is so potent, it can even harm Ten-Tail's Jinchuriki, who are normally straight up immune to most ninjutsu. Before we wrap up, I just want to say a huge thank you. We've officially passed 20,389 subscribers. That number might look simple, but to us, it means everything. Every single click, every like, every sub, it's helped our channel grow a little more each day, and we truly appreciate it. Our next goal, 25,000, and we'd love to hit that milestone with you. If you've enjoyed this video, or if you just love diving deep into the ninja world with us, hit that like button and smash the subscribe if you haven't already. Let's keep growing together. Now, Jenjutsu. Genjutsu is hands down one of the most fascinating and underrated ninja arts in the Naruto universe. While ninjutsu affects the real world, blowing things up, setting stuff on fire, Genjutsu plays an entirely different game. It doesn't attack your body. It goes straight for your mind. It creates full-on illusions that feel completely real, but only exist in your head. To pull off a Genjutsu, a ninja needs to insert their chakra into the opponent's system, and there are several sneaky ways to do that. The most iconic method? Eye contact. Just a quick glance, and boom, you're trapped in a fake reality. But that's not all. Genjutsu can also be activated through sound, or even something as subtle as a single finger movement. Yeah, it's seriously that wild. Once caught, victims might see hallucinations, feel pain from injuries that don't exist, or spiral into full-blown nightmares, completely unaware that it's all fake. And it doesn't stop there. Genjutsu can be weaponized for manipulation, planting ideas and false memories straight into someone's brain. If you've heard of Shisui's Kotoa Matsukami, you already know, it's basically brainwashing on God mode. Sound-based Genjutsu is especially terrifying. Since it doesn't require close contact, you can get caught from far away without even realizing it. Some ninjas even hide Genjutsu in their environment, making entire areas seem invisible or totally normal. It's the ultimate stealth trick, perfect for hiding secret bases or messing with enemy perception. At its core, Genjutsu isn't just about fighting. It's about control, deception, and psychological warfare. It's a reminder that in the ninja world, what you see isn't always what's real. And for monsters like Itachi Uchiha, Genjutsu was so powerful he could end battles without even lifting a finger. Taijutsu. When we talk about Taijutsu, we're diving into the pure, unfiltered art of hand-to-hand combat. No flashy jutsu, no illusions, no fancy chakra tricks. It's all about physical power, built up through ridiculously intense training and raw determination. Unlike other ninja arts that rely heavily on chakra, Taijutsu can be used entirely without it, which makes it insanely practical in real-time combat. No time for hand signs? No problem, just swing. And come on, if we're talking Taijutsu, we have to bring up Might Guy and Rock Lee. These two absolutely prove that you don't need ninjutsu or genjutsu to become a total beast. With nothing but Taijutsu, They reached a level of strength that's honestly mind-blowing. Guy's dad, Might Dai, even took out 4 of the 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist after unlocking the 8 gates. That's legendary status. But here's the twist. Taijutsu isn't always just brute force. You can actually amplify it by combining it with chakra, making your strikes hit harder, faster, and way more deadly. Just look at the Hyuga clan. Their gentle fist style is technically taijutsu, but it requires absurdly precise chakra control. With the Byakugan, they target your internal organs with what looks like light taps, but they're literally wrecking you from the inside out. So yeah, taijutsu isn't some one-size-fits-all martial art. It's a fully adaptable, highly lethal combat style that changes depending on the ninja using it. Some turn it into an art of destruction, others into a surgical technique. Either way, it absolutely slaps. Fuenjutsu, or sealing jutsu, is easily one of the most ancient and mysterious techniques in the entire ninja arsenal. It's a deeply complex and highly advanced art that allows a ninja to seal basically anything, weapons, creatures, even massive amounts of chakra, into another object. We've seen sealing techniques pop up all throughout the story, and they range from super practical to absolutely legendary. Like when Tenten seals entire weapon arsenals into scrolls for quick access, or when Sai seals one of the 7 ninja swordsmen straight into his ink. And of course, the most iconic example, Minato using Fuenjutsu to seal the 9 tails into himself and baby Naruto. And that's legacy. Every time a sealing jutsu is activated, you'll notice those intricate patterns and ancient-looking symbols, kind of like what we see in summoning jutsu. But the stronger the seal, the more chakra it eats up, and the more insanely detailed knowledge you need about the ancient sealing language. It's absolutely not something just any ninja can mess with. That's why Fuenjutsu masters are treated with serious respect. They're not just fighters, they're scholars, strategists, and guardians of lost knowledge. If you can handle this level of jutsu, you're operating on a whole different tier. SpacTime Jutsu. SpacTime ninjutsu is straight up one of the rarest and most mind-blowing techniques in the entire Naruto universe. It lets a ninja manipulate space and time itself, which already sounds insane, and honestly, it kind of is. Because of how complex it is, only a tiny handful of shinobi ever manage to learn it, let alone master it. At its core, this type of jutsu is all about controlling a specific point in space. Once that point is locked in, the user can teleport objects, people, or even themselves to a completely different location, or even a whole other dimension. It's basically ninja-level warping of reality. Legends like Tobirama Senju, Minato Namikaze, and Obito Uchiha didn't just get famous by chance. They became iconic because they absolutely mastered this type of ninjutsu. Techniques like Flying Thunder God and Kamui made them practically untouchable in battle. And here's the wild part, summoning jutsu. Yeah, that's actually a form of space-time ninjutsu too. Whenever a ninja summons a creature or ally, they're literally pulling that being through another dimension and dropping it into the battlefield. But don't get it twisted, each space-time technique uses its own unique dimension, and most of them can't access each other's realms. Take Obito, for example. He can spam Kamui like it's no big deal and barely breaks a sweat. But the moment he tries to open a portal to one of Kaguya's otherworldly dimensions, even for a few seconds, it completely drains him. That's how ridiculously complex these techniques are. So yeah, space-time jutsu isn't just some high-speed movement trick. It's about rewriting the rules of space and time, and only the most gifted, broken-tier ninjas are capable of pulling it off consistently. Chakra Absorption. Chakra Absorption jutsu is without a doubt one of the most terrifying abilities in the Naruto world. This technique lets the user suck the chakra right out of someone else, usually their opponent, and straight up use it for themselves. And in a world where pretty much every ninja relies on chakra to fight, the one who can drain it, that guy immediately becomes the biggest threat on the field. When your chakra gets drained, you're in serious trouble. You get weaker, can't use your jutsu properly, and if it keeps going, you might just collapse from exhaustion. That's why chakra absorption users are perfectly suited for capture missions. They can shut people down without even needing to kill them. Meanwhile, the user just keeps getting stronger, riding on boosted chakra reserves like they're charging up for a second round. Most of the time, chakra absorption isn't done with bare hands. It usually needs some kind of intermediary tool or technique. Think of wood release users, or weapons like the legendary Samihada sword, which literally eats chakra like it's a buffet. Even the Aburame clan, with their chakra-sucking bugs, fall into this category. They use their kikeichu as living tools for the job. But here's the catch. It doesn't work on everything. Chakra absorption is basically useless against Taijutsu. That's why Kisame, despite having a monstrous amount of chakra and even fighting tailed beasts, still got absolutely bodied by Might Guy, who fights with pure physical skill. No chakra to steal means no free lunch. And let's not forget, absorbing chakra isn't always safe. The user has to be able to handle what they're stealing, especially when it comes to Senjutsu chakra. Remember when the Preta Path tried to absorb Naruto's Sage Mode chakra? Yeah, he turned into a statue, instantly. Chakra absorption jutsu come in a lot of different forms and styles, and I actually broke them down in detail in another video. So if you want to dig deeper into the techniques and who uses them, definitely check that one out on the channel. Chakra Flow. Chakra Flow is one of those techniques that feel simple at first, but is actually insanely refined and powerful. It's all about channeling chakra through weapons, or even your own body, to make every strike hit way harder than it normally would. Most of the time, ninjas mix an elemental chakra to level up their gear and give it some serious punch. Take Asuma, for example. He channels wind chakra into his trench knives, which lets him slice through solid rock like it's butter. Then you've got Sasuke, who often runs lightning chakra through his sword, making it not only more lethal, but also able to paralyze anyone it touches. Some top-tier shinobi take it even further by running chakra directly through their own bodies. A perfect example is the 4th Raikage. He pumps lightning chakra through his entire system, supercharging his muscles, speeding up his reflexes, and basically turning himself into a living tank. Offense, defense, agility, all maxed out. But let's be real, the ultimate flex of chakra flow is Naruto's Rasen Shuriken. By fusing wind chakra into the Rasengan, he created a jutsu so powerful it disintegrates anything it touches. That's not chakra flow, that's chakra annihilation. Mastering chakra flow isn't just about brute force, it takes crazy good chakra control and a deep understanding of how each elemental type behaves. In the hands of a true ninja, this technique can turn basic weapons into god-tier tools, or transform the user themselves into a walking, talking, chakra-powered weapon. Thanks to all the elemental variations out there, chakra flow has evolved into a massively diverse and creative jutsu system. Honestly, it's such a rich topic, I might just dedicate a full video to it. Hiden. In the world of Naruto, Hiden techniques are those top-secret jutsu passed down through generations within a specific clan or region. These aren't your average jutsu, they're family heirlooms, carefully guarded and taught only to members of the clan. What makes Hiden jutsu super special is that they build a deep connection across generations, creating a shared legacy that defines a clan's identity. They're not something you can just steal by watching, like Sharingan might try to pull. These jutsu stay in the family, both by choice and often by necessity. Sometimes, mastering a Hiden technique requires unique abilities, or even certain physical traits, making them even more exclusive. That's why these techniques usually become a huge source of pride for the clans that own them. And most of the time, you can straight up tell where someone's from just by seeing their jutsu in action. Take the Nara clan's shadow imitation technique, that's classic Hiden. Same with the Akamichi's multi-sized jutsu. Even though they're not bloodline limits like Kekkei Genkai, they still have to be taught directly, passed down like secret recipes. But then you've got wild exceptions, like the adamantine sealing chains of the Uzumaki clan. Karin didn't learn that from anyone, she awakened it on her own. So in rare cases like that, a Hiden can also act kind of like a natural-born power. Overall, Hiden techniques show just how powerful and specialized ninja clans can be. Some, like the Akamichi, hit hard. Others, like the Aburame, are masters of stealth and recon. Then there's the Yamanaka, who are basically the mind-bending interrogators of the ninja world. Each clan brings something unique to the table, and together they form the backbone of a village's military force. Juanjutsu. Juanjutsu is hands down one of the darkest and most bone-chilling techniques in the Naruto world. It's a forbidden art that lets the user completely dominate someone by placing a special curse seal on their body. At its core, Juanjutsu is all about control, whether that means suppressing someone's abilities or outright manipulating their body and actions. And it doesn't need flashy effects. Just one subtle hidden seal is enough to unleash agonizing pain, physically and mentally, whenever the user decides. It's no wonder the secrets behind Juanjutsu are so heavily guarded. Mastering this technique is incredibly difficult, and undoing it is even worse. In fact, Juanjutsu is so complex and powerful that very few ninjas even dare to touch it. Once the seal is in place, it's nearly impossible to remove. Throughout ninja history, there are only two well-known ways a cursed seal was ever completely broken. One is when the caster dies, like when Danzo kicked the bucket and Sai was finally freed from the seal on his mouth. The other, when the person carrying the seal dies, like with the Hyuga clan's branch family seal. Yeah, brutal. Juanjutsu isn't just some edgy ninja gimmick. It's a raw symbol of control, power, and fear. It's used to keep people in line, guard forbidden secrets, and sometimes even push forward dark plots behind the scenes. That's why wherever this technique shows up, oppression and conflict usually follow close behind. Oh, and just when you think it can't get any worse, there's another twisted branch of it called Jujutsu. Similar in nature, but with one terrifying upgrade. It doesn't need to leave a mark on your body. The user just needs your blood, and boom, you're cursed. It's faster, sneakier, and way harder to stop. The most infamous user of this? Hiden, of course. All he needs is a drop of blood, and you're basically playing his game. Medical Ninjutsu. Medical ninjutsu is an incredibly advanced and specialized field practiced by medical ninja, who are trained to do way more than just heal. To even get started, a medical ninja needs exceptional chakra control and a deep, thorough understanding of human anatomy, herbs, medicine, and even poisons. To be truly skilled in medical ninjutsu, a ninja has to master not just the flow of chakra, but also have a crazy amount of knowledge about how the human body works, down to every organ, nerve, and cell. They also need to know how to use or counteract drugs and toxins. And here's the twist. Medical ninjutsu isn't just about healing. These ninjas can also flip the script, creating poisons, targeting the enemy's nervous system, or attacking with deadly precision using chakra scalpels. A prime example? Tsunade. She took her ridiculously refined chakra control and turned it into a weapon, literally, delivering earth-shattering punches. She later taught this same skill to her student, Sakura Haruno. Among all medical techniques, the regeneration jutsu stands out as the ultimate goal, the peak of what a medical ninja can achieve. This technique doesn't just heal minor wounds. We're talking about healing deep injuries in real time, removing toxins from the body, and bouncing back from damage that would normally put someone out of commission for good. But nothing pushes the limits quite like Hashirama Senju's cells. His body could naturally regenerate at insane levels, without any fancy seals or forbidden techniques. For a while, even Tsunade thought it was impossible to replicate, until she developed her iconic Strength of 100 seal. That technique is all about building up a massive reserve of chakra over time, then releasing it to repair damage at a crazy fast rate. But pulling it off takes flawless chakra control and a huge amount of energy stored in advance. Still, all that healing comes with a price. There's a major catch, and that's the limit of how many times human cells can divide. Regeneration techniques speed up that process, which means users are literally burning through their lifespan every time they heal. You can grow back limbs, organs, whatever, but the body still ages, and it still wears down. No matter how strong your healing is, you can't outrun biology. It's a high-risk, high-reward art, a miracle in battle, but a gamble with time. Reincarnation Jutsu. Reincarnation ninjutsu is hands down one of the most mysterious and morally gray parts of the ninja world. These techniques revolve around transferring life force from one person to another, something that straight up breaks the natural order of life and death. Bringing someone back from the dead usually comes at a huge price, like literally sacrificing someone else's life. Because of this intense life-for-a-life trade-off, most reincarnation-style jutsu fall under the category of kinjutsu, forbidden techniques. Not just because they're dangerous or costly, but because they're seen as a total violation of nature's rules and basic human ethics. If we're talking reincarnation, Orochimaru is the poster child. This dude was constantly hunting for powerful bodies to steal, jumping from host to host to keep his soul alive and snag more power. On the flip side, you've got someone like Granny Chiyo, who used her life to selflessly revive Gaara, proving that not all tensei jutsu are driven by selfish goals. Even though these techniques are banned and controversial, let's be real. Without them, Naruto's story would have been way less dramatic and way less epic. Clone technique. The clone technique might seem like one of the most basic moves in a ninja's toolkit, but trust me, it's way more versatile and powerful than it looks. Throughout ninja history, this jutsu has been used in countless clever and game-changing ways. At its core, the technique lets you create copies of yourself, and that opens up a whole world of tactics. Whether it's fooling your opponent like Kakashi did back on the Great Naruto Bridge, or making enemies waste attacks on fake targets, clones can totally flip the momentum of a fight. And when used right, they're even helpful in physical combat, giving you backup mid-battle. Now yeah, most clones are definitely weaker than the original, sometimes way weaker. During the Fourth Great Ninja War, Hashirama threw some of his clones at Madara, and Madara straight up refused to fight them because they weren't worth his time. Brutal, but fair. That said, there are lots of different types of clones, and they vary depending on the ninja using them. Think Kakashi's water clones, Hashirama's wood clones, or Sai's ink clones, each with their own twist and utility. Some are tougher, some are more flexible, but all of them have their own unique purpose. Even though clone jutsu is seen as basic, its uses are honestly endless, from quick skirmishes to full-on war scenarios. And leave it to Orochimaru to take it to a whole other level. His clone-based experimentation literally led to the creation of Mitsuki, who's basically a walking example of how broken this basic technique can get. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.